And we jump into Mirage. There's questions here for Vitality. Big questions. Desk said, maybe not much to believe in. Flash grenade on SDY. No utility here from Vitality. And right into round one. Dupree opens. Where's that come from? Off of Cat. Magisk dead. Ooh. Simple finds it right back. A little peek into the window. Bit's gonna try to chase this around. Zywoo's ready. Ooh, he sure is. 4 versus 2 off that one. Sumdai Young tries to get out from ramp. And Simple just keeps this one tucked inside the ladder.
Yeah, they're actually stuck at ends right now. I mean, so much information here for the CT side, and it looks like Navi are trying to change that as best as they can. Tag comes in. Simple with the signature P250. Already rang off in this round. Finds the other kill. Oh! That's the B site cracked wide open. He's not done, though.
He goes back as if he hasn't had enough.
He said, rotate slower, son.
Goes in for the peek. Now, he's had the bomb the whole time. Sumdai Young just got info. Maybe we do get a helping hand to Simple. Or maybe he is the hand of God himself. 3 kills queued up. Tries to tap back. Oh, it had to be all Simple in the end, but Apex is his answer. Ooh. And Vitality will pick up CT pistol.
Felt like they were actually looking at another 2v4 situation. Of course Masuda can stand there. His teammate just died in front of him. There's no way that Simple would be totally ready for that exact position, but the shot is unbelievable. And for Apex, controlling that USP for the guy in the back. SDY swung right in front of Simple. Of course, they didn't know exactly where Apex was coming from. Bomb plan still matters. But Vitality can rejoice. They won the rounds. It got very sketchy. Here on Mirage, we know historically, Navi have been the best team on this map for an incredibly long time. And now there are other Mirage teams that can test them. Of course, it's a very sensible place to go inside of this veto. We've got maps here with a ton of history. We're looking at their 4th best map by stats, and still an 80+% win rate. 2 wins recently over OG and Big, of course. We know OG have made a home of Mirage, and so have Big in the past. No slouches whatsoever. Eastside not as kind to Vitality. And actually here, we have the 1 AK purchased up. Wait, whoa, 1 AK and 1 kill.
All they need is 1. Oh!
What?
Or maybe 2.
He was in another time zone. Apex, that headshot in, I mean, I feel like 9 times out of 10, you get some damage in that situation, but not the frag. Now it's 5v3.
Oh, that's quite wonderful.
Electronic is the other player with armor in this situation.
I love that Simple hands that AK to Electronic because, like you're saying, he's got the armor, and Electronic turns around, gives it right back. Says, no, you keep going.
I'm not the one who got 2 kills this round.
Yes, sir. And I'm not the one who nearly single-handedly won them a pistol. Masuda inside of the apartments. He goes for the peek, and it's SDY's sidearm to manage to put that FAMAS into the hands of Electronic, so he doesn't need the AK. And Team Vitality, they are nowhere to be found on this B site.
Jesus Christ. I mean, the double dink right there with the P250 off the push. You know, they had to do something. I mean, even though they have 3 guns, it doesn't really stand to a pack of T's in that situation. So Masuda missed a small timing. Of course, the double dink in from SDY. No chance to fire back. Magical look for some damage, but he can't even find that.
So, Dupree down as well. Simple adds another to the tally. 3 kills in the pistol, not enough. 3 kills in the follow-up, and Navi bounced right back.
It's actually astounding how quickly Simple can start off into a game. And again, We're looking at this from his POV, this crosshair, and that shot is just unreal, right? That's unreal.
CT's not going to be as well set up as Navi just were. No AK here for Vitality to try to answer, but what about the 5 Deegs?
Honestly, the complexion of that setup is still totally fine, as even if Apex takes some damage. World of difference in that one bullet.
Ooh, frag. Softens up Apex. ZywOo tries. Apex spams, no contact. They've got a smoke, they got a flash. That smoke grenade goes down right ahead of Pit. Finds a little bit of damage. Simple on the other end. They're getting squeezed by Vitality, sure enough, from both sides. But no clear opening. No killer conviction.
Man, the amount of confidence that we're seeing him play with at the moment. Instantly taking space. They haven't decided to scale. What's interesting is how far away this AK is with the bomb on the other side of the map.
Simple waits a second, has Electronic to duel around with. And these 2 heavy hitters for Navi.
Man,
they're enough to just shred mere mortals.
That's huge. I mean, what they did right down, I haven't seen them do an anti-eco like that ever, actually. So that's the cap press up, and normally you'd have 2 guys up in B-halls, and then you could split, no problem, versus anti-eco. In this situation, they go the extra distance. They forego the upper B push. I mean, they just killed Masuda pushing there. Maybe he's scared. And they say, well, let's see if they squeeze on the other side of the map. And then they get the 2 kills they need. 2 bodyguards up front can press up and make sure that no one can push in. SDY gets the bomb down. Totally secure. No shot for Vitality. And they didn't know about the players that were waiting.
You know, Dupree coming into this match straight up said, this boils down to individuals. The individuals on Vitality have to perform as they were paid to do. And we've seen flashes of it. That's always been the tale, right? The glimpse of what could be. Pimp coming into this match saying that he still thinks we're only seeing maybe 70, 80% of what Vitality really has to offer.
Yes,
and if that is good enough to get to Grand Finals, that's one thing. But this isn't a team designed to get into Grand Finals. They're here to lift trophies.
Yeah, what's interesting is, you know, in some ways, Navi were playing at 100%, right, when they took down FaZe at this tournament. And they did it with help from SDY, but not like needing the carry. There was no flash in the pan performance from the stand-in like we saw from Dexter on OG. It wasn't that at all. It was just the other players that we already know who stepped up to the challenge to prove that they could survive a roster move, and it worked out. Now, in all my years of casting Counter-Strike, I never thought we would get a situation where there would be a player like Simple, and I'm talking about ZywOo, who might have less help than Simple on their roster, and that is what ZywOo has right now.
Oh, are we sure about that? Magis tries to lean in. Electronic and Perfecto able to answer. And so the little hope that Vitality could have had here in round 4 is very quickly soaked right up. If you're going to miss an incendiary, now's the round to do it.
Yeah, at least it clears up the top of the balcony. Both can work.
Yeah, silver linings. SDY at the front of it. Perfecto right behind him. There's that deagle on ZywOo. But we won't get too excited until he shows us otherwise.
Some of the clutchest shots that we've ever seen from ZywOo over on Nuke in that ends match, in the match yesterday. Unbelievable plays. You know, that scope shot in the Hunter in the vents.
I still don't understand.
The play on the back of the site that he did versus NG2, once with the scout, once with the op. I really have no doubt that, you know, ZywOo will play well. That is just not even a question for me coming into the match. But it is more than that. I think Navi have shown that they are the better team at this event, and that Vitality are playing at a level that they know they can play at, but still have flaws. As they got better from ENCE to G2, they will need to get better from G2 to Navi. And there's no real reason to doubt that they can do it. They've already shown us stuff that you couldn't predict.
Yeah, like Simple getting 2 kills inside of Palace to take back all this momentum. And now we see the extension of it. 3-1 to the lead of Navi as Team Vitality finally get a chance to bounce back. No op though for ZywOo, and that'll be countered out by Simple, who's already off to that 7-2 start. Remember, 3 kills in pistol, 3 kills in the follow-up.
The cool part about the individual story for Vitality was that towards the end of the game versus G2, everyone came up clutch in a round or two, right? Masuda killing Monacy on that ramp push. Zaiwu, of course. Magic from the upper site, the clutch 1v2 at the end to close it out. So many moments of brilliance. They spread up and take a lot of control, of course. We know a lot of players in their usual positions. Oh, man. Oof.
Perfecto finds it. That's the ticket player down. Yeah. But towards mid, there is the answer from Vitality. With that flashbang, they begin their cross. Apex taking the place of his fallen Magisk. And the utility's just going to keep that connector presence back enough for the bomb plant to go down. Oh, Perfecto, dangerous. But he comes off that bomb plant alive and kicking. And the T's just tuck back. Electronic could 100% catch them off guard. The utility comes through from Vitality, nading out what is Electronic's position, but Perfecto and Simple, well, that's 2 back for Navi, and a man advantage with it. Bomb beyond the halfway point, and Navi beyond the point that Vitality think they can take this back. They concede, and Navi find 4.
The plant was susceptible, right? They had to put it down in the open. They were a little bit concerned. They wanted to get into post-plant positions. There wasn't that much pressure coming in from Vitality. There was no big flank as well in a round like that. SDY could have made a lap around to mid. They decided to play it standard, and that was actually just enough to scare Vitality, and they put their op in a good position. Simple got his frag. They denied that CT retake player. And Perfecto getting a ton of leverage here, taking out Apex. It subdues him to put him in a position like CT spawn. Of course, it was great that he got there in time, but they could not stop that plant. And we are back to Value Village with the mixed buy. It'll be clear to Navi how much money is left over.
But we've got a tech. Dead round.
Okay, no damage, so
it's fine.
All good. They could start that over. Nobody's seen anybody either.
Easy reset.
Round like that is a little bit troubling with the way that it went down. It was around that. You look at the retake and where it's set up. You don't have a higher percentage chance of winning versus the team who's already post-planted, but you have a pretty good chance, and it didn't feel like they had any as soon as they started to go forward with that. So they also had a good amount of utility as well. I thought that Navi went quite quickly towards A, following up on Perfecto's aggressive lurk up the ramp. And in that situation, they defaulted B for a couple of seconds. SDY tried to draw out some utility, but I think Vitality were pretty prude about using it. They made sure they kept on to a good amount. They didn't fall for the lurk smoke. They didn't think a fast B rush was coming in, dropping all their incendiaries, but they didn't get that utility down as well as they could have in the retake.
The frag that did find Electronic, let him just stay tucked for the time being. Felt like maybe if Apex is able to run in, get the quick sandwich kill, he'll find that dual point blank.
If you're just tuning into the event, of course, a huge story is Apex, and the same for Alexi in this tournament, being able to consistently have good maps. And Apex, actually higher peaks, maybe some lower lows. There was one bad game from him, I think, where it stood out, but for the most part, he had some games where he was top fragging. You know, he was far ahead of the pack, even on Nuke yesterday. There was a lot of moments where it felt like Apex was the reason they were winning. And that's great to see. And of course, again, in their most historic win over Navi at the fall final, it was Apex was the individual reason that they were able to win. So we'll see how much pressure he puts on himself to actually make that performance happen. But he should be riding the momentum. They're trending upwards so hard at the moment. They understand that these opportunities don't come that often. It's just not many LANs or LAN finals that they get to play together.
To think that this, project's been alive for as long as it has, and this is the first time they get in front of a stage, just seems unfathomable.
Yeah.
But let that be the evidence to just how difficult of a journey it has been. And I'm sure when they put this project together, they thought to themselves, it wouldn't be easy. But I'm sure they hoped it would have been easier than it has been.
Yeah, you can tell they made some kind of concessions. They probably came in saying, okay, we're just going to stick to English until everyone is really, really good with it, and then we can kind of work off that. Even in the mid-round situations, we'll demand it so that there's no separation. We're playing like as a team. I mean, these guys are hiking mountains and stuff together, right? Yeah. So they're trying to go that. But now they've decided, all right, I mean, if it is a two-player situation with Magisk going to do pre-alive, speak Danish. If that's the comfort zone, that's going to win you the round. That's going to help you be the most comfortable when the communication's the hardest, then go for it. And it seems that's been working. Let's go Tilter. Yeah. It's funny because I don't think we would love Apex as much if he didn't get so tilted.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's like, get less tilted. So you got to be careful what you wish for. That's where the energy comes from.
The source of his power, Vitality's power. You know, I've noticed with Arcrum on the stage, you guys love to give us a chant or two.
Yeah.
Can I get one of those Portugal chants, please? You want me to start it or you got it?
Oh, wow.
There we
That
go.
was fast.
Louder! Louder!
Wow. Honestly, I was thinking, how do they agree on this? Well, the best part about this crowd, they're
It's
always
organic.
on the same page. They're always on the same page. That glorious trophy. Back in the day at Blast, you know, it was the one day in the stadium, short
Three games
match,
at the same
three games at
time.
the same time. But now you look at that trophy and you look at the runs that some of these teams have had, the best of threes that they've had to play, and it means that much more. It's become so much more real. And just in time for all these wonderful storylines of super teams being put together, left, right, and center to take down Navi, coalescing.
Well, all those storylines continue to be told here because Lisbon, we're getting back underway. Of course, right off the back of that, Team Vitality decide to take a pause.
Okay.
From tech to tack.
Yeah, that's okay. They should probably talk about this. In the situation, save guns again. 2 as they had last time. Zonic getting involved, and that was something that was keeping our attention in their last couple of series. It feels like he's taken a lot more of an active role. And I think more than that, it feels like his words are having an impact more directly. Like even if it's before it might have been advice, maybe it was exactly how to call around. Whatever's changed has made a world of difference. The way that they changed, the way that they played on Inferno when things were going south. He said the right thing, they fixed it. Yeah, and here on Mirage, they need him. Such a fast start for Navi.
But a little cooler. And a chance for Vitality to bounce right back. Let's see, double M4s. And Simple postures that up over towards B side immediately, looking for somebody to jump up. Nobody there, though. In fact, there's a good amount of spacing here that Navi can definitely go and consume.
This is interesting. I mean, we've got both the guns working together.
Well, hello, Lady Luck.
Man, I want to say that was luck, but it looked like he read that so well.
Dupree responds.
Yeah, Boost will be called out, but they also were smart to smoke this.
It's one of those M4s, right? The few pieces the Vitality will have to work with. Sumda Young hits the dirt, so does Masuda. Now these M4s are in the right positions, but can Dupree deliver? Oh no, tagged out from the left side. Perfecto gets vision over top of the van, and with it, the chances that Vitality's 2 M4s were gonna stop Navi come to an abrupt end.
They scaled so effectively, and they made sure to smoke out the crossfire, and they, yeah, that was SDY. He's gotten so many entries, actually, on Mirage, and I think with the conversation around SDY is that he has actually taken some space. He has gotten some roles that he likes. Some positions are new to him, but on T side, he's got to play that really selfless role of getting in first, and that can come down, that can make the difference, right? That's a situation where both rifles are in the B site. A 2v5 hit or hold, or if actually it was in a 4v4, totally viable. But he gets a kill without dying. They survive the round. 1 gun saved here for Vitality.
No, there was a chance for the second, but Zaiwu not gonna get to move anything forward.
You can see that bit spammed into connector and just was about to pre-fire the window, right? Didn't even wait for Apex to shoot him back. I think they shot at the exact same time.
So cerebral.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just... He knew he wanted some. Rips up Masuda.
There's Perfecto taking what little was left right out of it.
Yeah.
Navi now on fire. 5 straight off the back of the force buy round 2. Good grenade damage, of course, but that's not going to stop Bit. He goes right back to bottom mid and decides to continue to tear up Vitality. Apex, a singular trade, but how about Magisk? Yes, sir! Off of Tetris, that's 2, but with 15 health, he dies to the Glock of Simple. Simply trying to escape, to try and offer us something more. Now, bomb needs to be picked up. That's been retrieved, no problem.
Yeah.
Another round where Simple decides to give us 3 kills or more.
They have Bit in the perfect position, kind of controlling everything in the center, as he normally is.
Masuda comes through. Does have a chance for individual duels, but that will certainly make things harder. He's got utility of his own. Such a dangerous game to try and go through that smoke, and of course Bit holds it the entire time. That's 6 instantly out of Navi.
So incredibly well played. They caught ZywOo off the fast connector presence. Flew down here. Instant shot, and another death for Apex through the smoke, this time via Simple. And Simple understands the opportunity with Magisk looking to reposition as soon as possible. Doesn't know if there's more players behind the smoke on the ramp. Flies up the stairs with only a Glock in hand. I guess it had been corroborated that he'd been hit down low or something, and he said, let me end this.
So he does.
Yeah. What do Vitality have in their bag of tricks?
Yeah, currently just rolling down this steep hill. Oh, ZywOo though, that's 1 out of the bottom mid Deagle Peak. And not one of the best tools that Vitality actually have to work with. It was nice to see Magisk give us 2 kills last round. Now the tale will be who else other than ZywOo will be here if Vitality knock Navi down a peg. Magisk showing us a glimpse, but then showing Navi nothing else here in round 8. Middle is theirs, and there's nobody even close to try to challenge.
Wow, these defaults are so powerful, and there is an opportunity at mid if they wanted to take it, but Vitality have just been letting them have it, dying in connector. Another round where they have an excuse, right? Not everything that they need to work with, but we're talking about a 7-1 scoreline if Navi pull this off. 2 players on the B site hold. From last time, we'll get a second chance.
SDY back on the entry. Nobody behind Arch this time, so he goes really deep. So deep that Dupree's dead. Then the peek out of Magisk, done. Now they haven't found Masuda, but he reveals himself and unfortunately doesn't take anybody with him. Apex tries to get in, but by the time he arrives, everybody else is already dead and done for.
Jeez.
And as he reaches for the M4, that is the end of him. Navi, 6-round lead.
Yeah, it's like clockwork. And I'll give it a second, before, because we need to get back on utility, but we need to have a more proactive defense. This has been a consistent issue for Vitality. Figuring this out a little bit too late. They can let Bit walk underpass every round, but he is going to kill you if he gets comfortable and gets to the end of that. Killing him right away might be the best way to resolve the situation. Not shying away from the upper B push, and not only doing it when it's 3v5, doing it in the 5v5. No prophylaxis here from Vitality, and that's something that, again, as I stress, with the players that they have, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they participate more? Mid-control, of course, is going to be the center of it, and we haven't got to a situation where Navi are pulled back and have to come in late or try new tactics, so testing the waters there could be a great idea. And the investment this time around is good. They have the money, they have the utility, they have the players, they have the op. Let's show a better face, Vitality. Play like you're winning.
It's a transition that we saw happen yesterday, and it worked. ZywOo.
Oh, I mean, look at that. Instant into mid-control as well.
Deep peek looks for more. No, he is gonna have to go above and beyond. Bit tries to chase in. Apex can't escape. Electronic hot on his heels. We get the smokes up. So because they transition into that mid-control, it does kind of give a pocket over to Navi to play within. Nade hunting down Magisk, drops him to 69 health. Man advantage though, still for Vitality. But how about this position? Electronic catching Magisk off.
Oh, they have no idea that he could have been in that spot.
Oh, and then a bit of damage onto ZywOo. Electronic, he could have heard that. Oh, and point blank, it is in fact Electronic to extend the advantage again for Navi. Round after round, kill after kill. dupreeh starting to attack from behind. Sure enough, flanks right into the back of Perfecto, so the retake's on. Bomb half gone. CTs with a smoke, they could drop that on top, but dupreeh would have to come out from the palace, and there is no kit, so they have to get this going. Some Young to send them packing.
Oh man, that's Masuda gone. That was, I mean, a key trade right there. And a few situations with key trades, right? Magisk, Electronic does not sit at the bottom of stairs. If he knows that Magisk is tucked left pocket, it's a little dangerous for him. He's clearly crosshair-wise, wasn't aware of that situation. Magisk equally scared, doesn't hit a bullet. Masuda dies on this trade trying to just stop this bomb from getting defused. Look at Electronic, he was worried about the window player. Not a chance in hell for that. And as soon as Electronic hears ZywOo shoot, he gets into his outpost. He punishes the re-emergence of ZywOo. And this is an early 5v4, man. Navi, full credit. They ran hard up the A ramp to put as much pressure on the one anchor that was left there as ZywOo went to go help Magisk.
Trying to fire up this war machine. You hear Zonic even in between the rounds, just yelling, talk, just talk.
Yeah.
There's no way you decide to survive the Navi onslaught without that teamwork, without that communication.
I mean, you can lose playing passive, or you can lose playing with ideas, but one is much more dignified.
You want it, fight for it.
Absolutely. As Magisk said, there's no pressure. No one's expecting them to win this series. The odds are 3-1 against Vitality. They should be playing like it.
Excellent play from Bit. Gets boosted up early. dupreeh just walks right into his own demise. Magisk attempts the recovery, but that's also going the way of Navi. And so 10 rounds into this game, and we're looking at 9 for Navi. If they can just get through the weapons, those 3 weapons. And sure enough, the follow-ups, Electronic and Simple, continue to just tear up this A site. And every time they decide to get something going, it is theirs for the taking. A perfect round out of Navi.
Woo. Spacing is immaculate.
I want everybody to take a second. Look at the money on the side of Navi. They are almost all max cash.
Yeah.
This is just perfection.
That amount of money, they could buy the bank that owns Ninja's house. Touching on 14K here. Another easy frag for Bit. Been so aware of when he can get into window, does it with almost no help at all. And yeah, look at the scaling though as they get into the connector. There are 3 players right behind this attack as well. Every time they peek, they see 5. But another round with some hope as Vitality invest and get that op up again.
How many times before something just sticks? Again, they go towards mid, and ZywOo, not the first time that he sets up the 5v4. He survives the AK damage. Apex wants a little piece of this, but Electronic doubles back, and we get a quick move from Navi. Tech9 at the front, and Masuda, with the lesser of the rifles, is able to answer. Then dupreeh comes in from underground.
Oh yeah.
And that's Electronic dead. Finally something from Vitality. Sure enough, ZywOo gets in, but Simple answers. And in a 1v5, his whole team dead around him. He, at the very least, gets the better of ZywOo. Bit of damage through the windowsill, but a second for Simple. And he knows where Masuda is, but that's drawing him into the cap player. So sure enough, Masuda from down beneath shoots through, and Vitality absolutely needs something.
Get in their face, man. That's another 5v4, but this time the conversion. That'll fire you up. You have dupreeh going in for the underpass play just as ZywOo comes out here. And I don't know if that smoke was whisked inside of the window or if it was a CT smoke thrown out of the window. It doesn't look like that's how you would smoke underpass, but either way, it's an opportunity. ZywOo takes it. And we see how much that hit gets slowed down when SDY doesn't get the kill, right? They're still trying to continue for the same tactic. Oh, push into upper. Oh, and Perfecto gets one, but it's answered back.
They're fighting. And now the T's are trying to get drawn in. Magisk, his chance. 3 kills on the round. Saiwu wants to finish this. Sumda Young and Simple, we've seen their synergy. And they get away. Plenty of time to try and piece something together. But they lose map control as they do stick around towards the A site. It's Apex to go hunting.
Oh, these ones just look so classically good. Another opening kill, another bit of mid control, another potential flank coming in, and instantly Vitality or Navi into 2 players. Catch 22 no matter where they go at this point. They understand that. Looking for an unforced error here out of Vitality.
Now, there's no questions for Vitality because they have that deep T spawn. Apex breathing down their neck this entire time. And time about to force the hand of Navi. Here he comes. He peeks out, and Saiwu, just the sidearm needed to end that. It is not much, but it is 3 for Vitality.
Yeah, Miss Molly there for SDY, but it doesn't feel like it would have mattered at all. It's this double push upper, right? First kill goes the way, actually, of Navi, but the trade back is huge. Magisk falling into the site.
Nice multi-frag.
Yeah, that's the anchor we know. Locking it down with the rifle. They didn't have to stress the rotations back. They made sure Apex cut him off at the pass. On a good timing. It's been dominant, but this half could easily look alive in just a few minutes.
Saiwu, easy first test. Electronic trying to cross that one dry. Oh, but a missed shot. Saiwu just tries to look straight down. Meanwhile, Bit, he compromises window. Masuda and Dupree soon to be pressured.
Yeah. Saiwu, he has to worry about everything now, right? He doesn't know if Bit could be flanking him from the top of Con. Matt just taking his time to peek back and forward. Zaiwu's no stress. Playing in this spot.
Hasn't moved.
Yep.
Sat still. Ooh. Delivers into Bit. The other opper on the other end. Oh, Simple gets hit by the incendiary. Saiwu just waits. And then that right side peek is his end. Ooh. Simple finds it. Perfecto's been inside ladder the whole time, and now there's a question mark because not only do you lose Apex in window first, but you lose the connector player, and with that, any answers as to what Navi are up to.
It's just about thinking of when will the CTs get insecure. This is a spot where, of course, you have to split up, but where do you come back and get information?
Oh, shadow advantage not enough.
Wow. Swing duel here.
We've already seen Magisk deliver multi-kills from this position. Whether that's Tetris or inside sight, he's been solid. And now he hears them as they start to press into this A site. Sure enough, Sumda Young is dead, but it's Simple in his place. 16 frags already. He was able to answer Saiwu and Connector, and they give him enough space to make decisions. Masuda's got the kit, but Dupree, such little amounts of HP, and there's not one person in this crowd who doesn't know what Simple can deliver. He tucks in silently, awaits them. They get closer. They tap that bomb. A first in from Simple, but a wall bang for Masuda. And Vitality, by the skin of their teeth, continue to rack up rounds.
He had to bust out the power drill to finish him off through the box, and they make it happen. Magisk, I honestly thought he was going to die for sure without getting a kill. Used so much of his ammo in this spot, and still was able to control the rifle enough to take out SDY. That's raises their odds dramatically, and of course in this one-on-one, who knows what happens if Masuda doesn't find that final bullet. But it's Vitality to pick up another. Dupree with the X Factor off of Cat. A demoralizing way to die.
A quick boost.
And they search.
Catwalk has been a point of contest. So is bottom mid. Bit, such a nuisance, such a consistency for Navi, whether that's into window, testing Connector.
seen him do the speeding up through underpass.
Dupree ready.
Oh, flash turn, and that's the side anchor down. Rotations are coming in, but there's no one left here.
A new position from Dupree delivers. We got a lot of feet from Navi inside this site. Simple, a little preoccupied, almost has a chance to turn that back onto Apex. So now suddenly Navi surrounded. From all fronts they fight. Such little HP for Vitality as well. And when you're just fighting for a mere 5 rounds, you have to think, can we take this chance? Is it justifiable? Is it even doable?
Oh, man.
They waste too much time contemplating the option, and now, sure enough, they have to let this slip. The damage is there from Navi, and damage is enough. 10 rounds on a T side that wins yet again.
They respect that T-side advantage, being able to sit and wait. And okay, Madge is the last player with any help, and he'll take those duels. Perfecto dies. That's sub death, but moving in the last round, I'm not sure it'll matter at all. No, it absolutely will not. It'll be nice for him and his money, but I think they had enough saves there. Wow, Vitality, that must have been insanely hard to figure out and call as an IGL, right? 4 players alive ultimately, 3 players with no HP. If Navi made one mistake, they would 100% pounce on that, but it wasn't there. Looks like Masuda just needed the 1 kill on the hold. Navi on to 10.
We've had those moments of microaggression from Vitality, and we've seen the peaks into the Palace.
Yeah, they're bringing it. They're bringing it now. I mean, in that sense.
But this one a little bit more of the same. Masuda, sure, okay. Within apartments, but nothing too egregious, and instantly given up. So more of what wasn't working for Vitality.
Yeah. They didn't get him totally locked into that spot. Like how much value comes out of that single flash, right? His smoke comes through, he loses vision. And the idea is how free can we make this setup vanilla? Apex shooting again from the window. And they know who exactly that is.
Yeah, Bit has had such such a problem for Vitality.
They know the op will be ticket in this position with the rifle shooting just now.
Dupree has been trying to be devilish on Cat. And Navi do let this one get down to the final 30 seconds. They've squeezed out the utility from Vitality. It's only Zywoo sitting on a frag.
It's actually kind of hard considering their spots to throw the nades down for the ticket player. So let's see. I think this is a great rotation, of course, for Vitality, as we can see.
Let's finish this half with a bang. 15 seconds for the 15th round. Bomb gets taken out. Apex double kill.
Oh.
And he's looking for a little bit more. It's Zywoo to help. Simple, last man up, 1v3, surrounded and done for. Navi bleed out that clock. And every single time it seems Vitality get to sprinkle just one more round in. We will be back, Lisbon, in just a second with the second half of Mirage.
Hi, I'm Twist.
Hello, I'm Zywoo from Team Vitality. This is Tizian from Big.
This is Alexi B.
And this is Buying Tips with Coinbase.
In this kind of round, I'm gonna buy a Kevlar.
I'd say for a piss around with $800, I'm just gonna buy Kevlar.
I would most likely buy just Kevlar.
I think it just gives you the best chance at having a fair duel.
I think depending on the spawn, if I have a top spawn, for example, I will just buy Kevlar and peek into second mid.
Because of the fact that it's usually better to have the utility towards a B player or a player that is holding A long, for example.
You have utility on and piss around on A side, you're not gonna have time to use the utility when the hit comes in. It's gonna happen too fast.
$2,800.
Obviously, I think I'm gonna buy some nade because it's really important.
I would go for MP9 and Kevlar.
Light Kev, and then I would buy an MP9.
This is the best advice.
Deagle armor or Deagle small armor and full nades.
If you don't have nade and if you only play with confidence, you're gonna lose because it's so hard. You have to play with some nade.
I'm gonna give a boring comment, but it depends if I'm the guy who is entering or if I'm the guy who's supporting the entry.
Like me personally, I like to play Galil.
I would like for me to have an AK and helmet.
At least one smoke and flashes because we need that for taking B.
But obviously one of the options is just AK armor with the money available.
I mean, the nade and be a good teammate and going with the teammates it's enough to go B side.
Like armor glow and util would probably be the better bet. Just so like if you try contacting B and it doesn't work, you can still deny info with a smoke, or you can apply pressure later with utility.
I would for sure buy full equipment, M4, Kevlar, defuse kit of course.
M4 and full utility sets.
Open Kevlar because I have enough for both.
I'll go for an M4 silence.
Because I'm used to flash for my teammates in the island. I'm just gonna flash twice if the enemy is gonna attack long.
Yeah, just try to survive, play with your team, don't stay in long all the time. Sometimes smoke it off and play in short with your mates.
I think when you have 5400, it's just like a normal like default full buy anyway, so I don't think there's anything special to really do.
Make sure that you buy a flash for yourself just to have some cover, and make sure to buy some utility just to make it easier for you.
And so we find Navi comfortably sitting on 10 rounds after the T side of Mirage. But Mirage was meant to be a problem for Vitality. Should it have been this big of a problem? And even though we've seen good T sides out of Vitality in this event, is this going to be too much to handle?
I don't know. I don't think there's a team that I pretty much would ever pick against Navi on Mirage. That is the size of the task. It is absolutely colossal at this point. So obviously, you know, they'll have to play better than they have been. But again, they've been breaking new ground. So why don't we wait and find out? Looking for a pistol now as they start off with a 5-round deficit. Have to map 1 grand finals.
Perfecto taking first peeks. Vitality parading with utility into the B site. Oh, nice flash out of Bit. That sets up Perfecto wonderfully. We've got 3 counter-terrorists just sitting within this site. Masuda's able to get one. We've got a quick clash. Gunfight's all over, but a man advantage for Navi, and Perfecto taps them down.
Yeah.
4 frags to his name, and an 11th round to Navi.
You can make that the Maersk anchor play of the day, all right?
Yeah.
Because Perfecto is the guy to watch all in small sites. When he has to dodge flashes, I don't think there's anybody better. And a hell of a job right here with that aim. Played an interview recently where he just basically inferred that if Perfecto had more space on this team, he would be able to step up this challenge. I think he sees something special in Perfecto. And of course, ever since he's joined the team, he's shown us the best version of Navi in history. But that one could be damning.
Really is uncanny how Navi just continue to find exactly what they need with each of their roster moves.
It's just, it's no coincidence, is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's got to be somebody out there.
I mean, it's, yeah.
Maybe a man named Blade.
I think so. I think so.
Electronic with the MP9, dead after just the first. That's not going to be the end of the world for Vitality.
Oh, we casted Bit's first match, right? How nervous did that kid look playing on Inferno? That was the moment where it was like, man, he ain't ready. He's not ready for all this pressure. And the reason was because Blade shoved the textbook onto his chest and said, read all this while you're gaming. We saw him at every single pause, looking through the nose, trying to figure out how to play correctly. And he did figure out how to learn right. Focused on his aim later, and then that paid off as fast as you could expect or hope. mean, you never know how well someone's going to do under pressure, but sometimes it's the preparedness that can help you with that pressure. And that's what they always put first. Well, it is a 3-on-3 situation. There is ZywOo left alive.
Surely that Desert Eagle's not meant to do much. Surely they come out of the top of connector and simply get wrecked by Navi, as they have in 11 other rounds. Sumdai Young guns him down with the A1S. 2 easy kills versus these unarmored Vitality players. And that, folks, is a 7-round lead as they get through the little tidbits that Vitality wanted to offer us in this one. But now it truly begins. I mean, it's already begun for Navi, but how about Vitality?
Yeah.
AKs up in their hands on a T side that we need to see blow us all away.
Seriously. And we saw SDY, I mean, we saw Perfecto impress on the B side. SDY has been equivalently good in the couple of Mirage games that they played over on A. I think that's the spot where he stole the attention the most and delivered. If you look just at the stats, he's just kind of doing okay at the bottom of the board for all of his teammates. But if you watch the matches, you saw he's actually playing his spots very well. 4 rounds to go to overpass, and that'll be a real interesting affair. But for now, Vitality.
Little shoulder. Ooh, but it's bit with the opening kill. Perfecto, he's doing such a good job of just keeping himself hidden. No trade out of Masuda, so he has to walk away. Swallow the pride and look to come at it from a different direction. Electronic's gonna be locked into this. Molotov on his feet, nowhere to run. He's got to fight, and ZywOo insta headshot. As maybe there is a little something here for Vitality. They claw back man advantage. Movement here from Sumdai Young. That'll be heard by Magisk, who runs the risk and walks out. And sure enough, we get a little life over towards that A site. Simple immediately takes it back down. Ooh. His 20th kill on Mirage. And he is looking to be the first player to have 20 MVPs. This could be his event. This could be his history. Begins to write it on Mirage. Bit, well, he still just sits on that back site. He's got teammates all around. What's left of Vitality. ZywOo tries to fight back towards Cat. Bit pushes in, drops that bomb. Here comes Dupree. A single shot is all he needs. Wow. We got life on Vitality.
Damn, they pulled that off. Man, it looked like the spot was so good. That Bit made the move that he needed to. Simple picking off Magisk was huge, but you know what? Vitality in that 4v3 situation, they let Magisk go through with the lurk, but they already at the same time organized for the B split, right? They had the full intention to let him stay alive, get kills, whatever. Take all the attention. That was enough to give Vitality a chance, and Dupree pulls out the clutch. 2-1 in rounds, but they have sucked the money off of all of Navi's bank accounts. They've got Electronic and Simple on M4s. Full investment. Looks like they have a little bit of a change of heart, right? I mean, they're actually coming back to search with the bomb in the situation. Thinking their plan isn't bulletproof. Meanwhile, Navi just chilling. We have seen Vitality take too much time sometimes. That is a problem on these T sides.
Could be yet again. Just missing the nade though, so timing works out in that regard. Remember, it's Simple and Electronic with the M4s. 2 pistols inside a sight. This Palace peak could be the end all. Electronic, he wants to get damage in. Magisk, sure enough, adding himself into the mix. ZywOo, 2 kills. All is good for Vitality so far, but a bunch of damage continues to rack up. And Simple shut out by Apex, but every member of Vitality is low. And Perfecto's still near enough to kill them all. Every single one of them could fall. Perfecto now also down into the 30s. Not a comfortable spot. Vitality a 7th, and only 5 rounds make the difference.
I mean, the HP looks scary, but at the same time, they save 4. They save 4, they move on to round 7. That's nice. They know that Navi are broke once again. Two Enforce come in. They get some damage. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Don't poke the Zyborg. Pace was good there. Got control of what they needed to. Hit the A site. Peaked all their choke points simultaneously.
Finally a chance to breathe for Vitality as well, just versus one Desert Eagle.
Yeah, I think for all of us who've been watching CS for so long, like at 12-8 looks so different than 12-6. Even if it's just 2 rounds, it just feels completely different.
I mean, you can literally hear that feeling. We got a Vitality chant, we got a ZywOo chant. Nice to know you guys are out there.
Hello.
But you better keep it loud because the Navi fans are coming back. Magisk over the ticket. Close pistol down. Not half bad. 2 kills come through. Don't let this be their end. Masuda, sure enough, recovers it all. Alongside ZywOo, they clamp down on what could have been a cost at the end of this, but there it is. 20 rounds deep and 4 the difference. Time for Navi to buy back.
Nice mid-situation flash to make sure that there was no hope for those pistols to pull the retake off. Three straight. But the buy's great. We're actually talking about no kits here. Lacking head armor for Navi. No AWP in play.
Electronic feeling frisky. They haven't had to deal with any underground issues. You contrast that to Bit's consistency with it. Navi just looking to hold on to some grenades. They could be so valuable when the time truly comes. And this is the first test. 2 Ts out from apartments. They get swamped by Perfecto and Bit. And a smoke grenade for Bit to walk around with. 2 kills straight back. 3 versus 3, Bit in the open, finds that head of Dupree, and dives back into the cover, leaving ZywOo on his own, his teammate not yet here. He does just get out ever so slightly, and Simple doesn't see him, but ZywOo looks away, and Bit decides to end him. Magisk, 16 kills deep, a 1v3, and a back turned to a very lethal Navi. There he goes.
Okay.
It's Navi right back, 3 guns up.
Man, leave it to the B anchors right now. I mean, if they want to try to lurk out, of course, they've got to get through Perfecto once again. So good at taking the minimum amount of flash. And I think eats it at first, but just enough time for him to see a player jumping out. Bit's got this covered perfectly. This is a matter of timings. I was holding that for what feels like days. Just as he turned away, his opponent turns towards him. Unfortunately for Vitality, the buy gets 1 step better for Navi, but still no op. Yesterday went from okay map 1 to unbelievable map 3.
Yeah, it did.
No telling what happens if it comes to a decider.
And of course, within that series, we also get the Inferno game where Vitality just, you know, kind of limped away. People thinking G2 had it after that second. It's not over till 2 maps won. And there's no real pressure here applied by Navi. They're going to allow for Vitality to make the move they want, and that is to pressure outside ramp. The reason they want it is because Simple's here. And with that flash, it is a beautiful 2 kills. Electronic, an excellent assist, but just like last round, Vitality bounced back, and this time they go one better. They get themselves into the advantage. They get themselves into the A site. Magisk can't manage to hold on to all of it though. Electronic keeping this one lively. Shots to the top of mid. Perfecto falls back. 25 seconds. Bomb separated from its teammate. We've got individual 1v1s incrementally working towards one another.
Oh, he got the info.
Perfecto has a clear picture as to what's up. Meanwhile, Electronic, he gets dropped to 28, and Dupree, he just sits. That gives space to Perfecto to try and pressure that site instead. He wastes no time getting away from that mid-fight, but the bomb, of course, is still planted for Dupree. Electronic's got the kit, no smoke for it. Dupree peeks up, a couple of taps. Electronic, all the way! Ice cold!
No way, looking down, trusting Perfecto. And that's a guy you can believe in. Did you see that move? Jumping to spot Cat, finding out where his opponent was after disengaging, making sure to prioritize staying alive, dropping a smoke, finding a way back into connector, getting up into the site, dodging twice at the top of connector, getting to the stairs, and helping his teammate just by staying alive. That's why we talk about Perfecto. And he's body blocking so well, you can't even tell the bomb is still stuck. They had no idea what to do about that. Can't understate how hard it is to figure out how to make all those decisions and put them together in that sequence so well.
And make it happen. You throw a smoke in there, okay, I get it. To just stick a defuse in the middle of the open.
Man, you know, I was thinking, is he rotating out to upper B to go back to mid, to go to stay and wait an underpass for that lurk? No, he got in the middle of that.
Simple setup again. Flash is over, both CTs back.
Wow, this is a full court press here from Vitality. They've been coming in a little bit later, but they got info early as well. Top boxes did not get mollied in this spot. Actually, there's just not one available here. Simple for purveying the scene.
Getting closer and closer to peeking down. Oh, but he floats. He was on top of Electronic. Yeah, I was like, man, how's this guy floating?
It was like the trench coat with two kids, you know? We've seen Cloud9 use that boost recently on Mirage. It works really well to get full view of the underpants. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's a fight.
What the hell?
Bit!
Are we playing Quake?
Just ejects off of the ladder. Perfecto comes through with the ticket peek. We're right back to the 2v2. Low health, though. You know, we said Vitality yesterday over G2 just had that little bit more clutch. Well, with such little health, Navi shooting for 15. But the calculator, that is ZywOo, known to have a clutch or two, is very comfortable here inside the backside. Perfecto jumps up and he is dead. But what about Bit? He's in the open and ZywOo goes down smooth.
Hey. From one great rookie to another. Bit shows him what's up. Low on health. Nice attempt in the clutch, but no result. And look at this. I mean, oh, that's a tilting way to go. Bit persists right throughout every sequence in this round. Match point done. And Navi have proved a lot, right? Not only have they just dominated in the first half, pulled out the second pistol, but even though they let round slip in the second half, in the mid-round situation, they proved they were the better team consistently. Lost maybe one 3v3. Outside of that, no issues whatsoever. Massive comeback required here for the Frenchmen and the Danes.
Mirage just simply seems out of grasp.
It does certainly feel like it. And it's one of the final pieces here for Simple in this story of him looking for his 20th MVP with another unbelievable performance. We've seen later in that second half, ZywOo started to open up rounds. He's gotten a couple of very important kills, but not really. He's really just in the shadow, I think, of Simple so far on Mirage. We'll have overpass to look forward to, of course. Vitality spend down to their bottom dollar.
And a curious, simple hunt. Smoke will stall things out, but we do get a cross from Apex. Oh, down he goes. Sumdai Young looking for another bit. In the meanwhile, he's got 2 kills. And in a 4 versus 2, it looks like Navi keep it gnarly on Mirage. Masuda hoping to thrash back. Bomb picked up.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know. Can they even commit to the site right now? They have absolutely no utility left over. 3 of the Navi players are playing together. No one's in spawn at the moment. Does feel like they need a bit more action.
And this little lull in the action, well, that gives Perfecto a chance to wrap back around into the CT spawn. So, sure enough, Vitality's job will not get any easier. If Masuda can't cross over, then at some point, Magisk, he's going to have to just try to plant with an absolute gamble. A hope that nobody pushes in from Ticket unless he decides to go clear it, but he only has 10 seconds left. Oh, and Masuda, he gets cleared off. Magisk, he knows Perfecto's gonna run. Does he have the time? Absolutely not. A red flag raised on Mirage coming into this matchup. Our analyst said Vitality shouldn't have it, that Navi are simply too strong. And with a lights out performance from Simple, sure enough, this first map goes down easy, 16-8 for Navi.
Yeah, like a glass of milk right there. That's the Mirage they know. That's that level they showed versus FaZe. Doing it in the finals. Vitality.